Yo, welcome guys. We are here. Game time. Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. We are in the semifinals. And this semifinal here is Grandmaster Benjamin Bach versus Grandmaster Kayden Troff. So we have ourselves a very, very heated match. Big boy match with these guys. And then also, after this matchup, there's another one. And that matchup, well, it's going to be at 9:30 Eastern Time. It's going to be late. It's going to be later. At 9:30 Eastern Time, we're going to have Alice Lee versus Alexander Linderman here. So, yeah, first to 2.5 wins the match. It's a very serious match with two very serious players. So, strong stuff. Going to be fun to watch here. Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. The semifinals is today. Here we go. So far, so good. This is sort of, I forgot the theory to this too. This was sort of in English. He went for King's Indian type of setup and then goes E5. This is what the Grunfeld players play. I know that Peter Schiller has this E5 move in his course. And then I remember it being like with Rook E8 already or something. So it's a little bit different. But maybe there's like C6, D5 or something. So we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be fun to see. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I remember this being a real problem, or at least a real line with Black. D5 and like putting some pressure. Black being down a pawn currently. E5. I don't remember this. That's a good move. That is a really good move. Maybe go D4. No, take the problem there. The problem with 97, he just goes D4. Whoa. Is he just like worse? Wait a second here. Oh, let's think. I mean, he's just like worse. Wait, what? Wait. What? Okay. It feels like he's just worse. Uncle Esquire, let's go with the 10! 10 subs to the channel. Okay. I see you out here. Oh, I see you out here. Uncle Esquire. Good luck, Kayden! Uncle Esquire saying good luck to Kayden from Uncle Esquire. Well, thank you. Cobra, thanks for the follow. And shout out to Uncle Esquire saying, good luck, Kayden. Well, Kayden is going to need some help here, Uncle Esquire. So, right now, he is down a pawn. I think D4 is going to make this really strong pawn that he's up. I just played in the Charlotte Alto. Whoa, played at the Alto. I played in the Alto, too, as well, many times. Maybe not many, okay, a few times I played. So, how did you do, actually? Radiographing. Nice. You got you a sub there. How did you do in the Alto? If you're new here, welcome, guys. This is the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. It's going down, clown. Here we go. Here's the product right here. I just took mine. That's why I'm hype and sharp and alert and ready to go. You already know. You already know. Get you a free bottle, guys. Free bottles are literally going out right now. So if you want a free bottle, the time is now because they won't be free for very long. Caleb, the founder, who will be coming on with us tonight's match, went from 2060 to 2230 FIDE in 2 months since starting and using Mental Athlete. Definitely check it out. I use it every day. You got 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. So like over 50%, really, 50%. Make more friends than blunders. Nice, nice. Alto's good, dude. Alto's nice to play. Like I don't know. So, congrats on that, actually. 50%. So E5 and an F6. F6 is breaking this whole thing up. So he said, I'll give the pawn back, but also D5 is hanging. So I think it's virtually equal still, to be honest, but we shall see. We shall see. He takes on E5, probably a capture back on E5. Benjamin Bach in the think tank. This is a big match. On top of this big match, there's another big match. He played bishop g5. He was thinking and said, I'll go this route instead to see where that queen goes. Or bishop f6. Black lacking in development here. Sort of an open game. Probably white for choice, maybe slightly. Development's kind of lacking. White needs kind of just to move the queen out to connect the rooks. Kayden in, not time trouble, but is downtime. It is important to understand this is no increment here. Queen a5 gets the queen out of the way, defending d5. Pawn takes is a likely move. It is possible. It immediately attacks d5. Way. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. Bach is thinking, do I want to take e5? Do I not want to take e5? I'm probably taking on e5 though. Bach using his time, maybe thinking about something else. Could be something around the lines of a3, b4. Idea here is if queen goes to one of these squares, knight takes d5. Bach really using his time, calculating. Lots of calculations. And he goes b4 instead. Oh my goodness. Bach with a really strong move going b4 instead. Whoa, that's incredible. That is incredible. Here we go. He goes b4, saying after queen takes b4, which might be forced, knight takes d5. Maybe go queen c7. Allow knight takes d5. That's some scary tempi on the queen. Scary tempi. If queen takes b4, knight takes d5 is going to be with tempo. So maybe go back to queen d6, bishop c4, king h8 maybe. He might be able to get away with this. This is going to be very scary. Very murky here. Lots of tactics. Love to see it. Does he take or not to take? That is the question. Queen takes b4, knight takes d5, queen d6 is possible. There might be a pawn takes there. You might have to take with the bishop because there is a weird queen. You can win the queen somehow with the queen on d6 there. This is actually very, very interesting. b4 was really strong there. I was thinking a3, b4, but he just went b4. He takes it. Knight takes d5. Here we go. Queen d6. Maybe queen f8. Maybe he just say, you know what? No, I'll give you that. But the problem is knight c7. This is why queen d6. So we went back with queen a5, which is attacks the knight. This way. Could go bishop c4 once again. King h8. Definitely can feel black is under some fire, but it's not anything it looks like he can handle, or it can't handle, that is. Bishop d2, the queen will be able to just go back to the house. Queen b3, same idea as bishop to c4. So, of course, we're likely to see something like king h8, but I can see bishop d2 and knight g5 being the next type of moves here, really bullying these squares around the king. The knights will be very vicious and annoying, and black is still yet to develop pieces. Bishop to d2, queen d8, knight g5 is something. What's up, Keels? The chess boxing champ is in the building. World champ! I am referred to as world champ now. That's what they call me around here. That might be, dude, do you have a move? Kayden might have to give him an exchange. Knight g5, look at him. Shakes his head there. Knight f7, how do you even defend this? Rook f8, there's knight e6. Jeez, man. This is an ugly game. You literally don't have a move. I mean, rook e7, there's a knight takes, and then knight f7. Oh my goodness, this might be a resignation. What's up, Keels? What's going on, bro? I am a world champ, guys. If you didn't know, I'm a boxing or chess boxing world champion. I was in the ring with some big dogs, and I also play some chess. Both for fun. He went rook f8. Knight e6 is really annoying. I mean, I guess he's gonna go back. Where are you going? Where is he gonna go? I mean, there's this next too. Like after knight here, you could take one and then go the other. Look at the lack of development there. It's really rough position here for Kayden. I wonder what he has up his sleeve. Is there any tricks? Anything? I mean, nothing at all. Pieces developed. I thought knight c5. He's going to give up a piece and do it this way. Knight c5 is the idea is bishop takes e6. So but it deflects the knight, but okay, knight takes c5. Yeah, so he's just down a piece. What I like about Bach here is that he's thinking. For me, I was actually just going to try to capture this very fast. But what he's looking at is b6 and trying to keep it. Maybe knight d3 and bishop e6 so he gets to develop a little bit. Put some pressure here. He's thinking about, do I take the queen? Taking this way allows bishop takes e6. World champ, exactly. I'm a world champ out here, Kills. Exactly, dog. When's your next tournament? Trying to do, oh my goodness, what is the name of it? U.S. Masters in the end of November. So he went this route, simplification. Take, take, take. If rook takes d8, there's knight to c7. Knight c6, knight takes a8. And the knight is actually getting back out, it seems to be. Chess Dude Guy, good to see you back in the saddle, boss. Good to be back. Good to be back here. We are in the semifinals of the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. We have Grandmaster Benjamin Bach versus Kayden Troff. Grandmaster Kayden Troff. So, this is a 4-game match. First to 2.5 will win the match. Unfortunate start for Kayden. He didn't have the greatest position here. But he's trying to make the best of it. He notices, if you see he didn't move yet, a lot of people would just take it. But he notices that this knight can't actually get out. So he's trying to figure out, is there a way I could develop, like, you know, knight c6 is knight takes. He ended up taking though. But knight h6 was going to be bishop a6 and the knight gets out, and there's knight c7. That's going to be a rook lost. He's going to fight on though. He's going to make it interesting. Maybe take on d4 first. It's the bishop. This is falling too as well. I guess you have some compensation, but it's very difficult to play down the rook. Also down time too as well. He's down some time, which is serious. This is a no increment type of game as well, or type of format. There's no increment. Bishop back to d1, defending b3. He might try to make it interesting, like take another pawn. Rook takes bishop. I'm not a fan. Rook d1 might end that all. Rook d8. Maybe knight e6. Yeah, this is hanging though. Maybe a6. Oh, knight gets out. Yeah. Yeah, that knight's getting out. Difficult for Kayden. Well, if losing this game will put him not in a must-win situation, but he's going to be looking to bounce back. Colors will be flipped and reversed. as Kayden tries to strike back in this match. Knight to b5, I definitely saw coming. Hits the bishop, maybe bishop to g5, which hits the rook. Kayden trying to survive, giving it everything he has. Under a minute here, no increment, down a rook. It was not the greatest opening for him. Bach was able to take advantage of it. It was sort of a King's Indian. It wasn't a King's Indian. In fact, for King's Indian players, which sometimes he plays, Kayden is more of a Grunfeld player. So here, generally, we would just be fine playing d6. But he plays e5, which is sort of it's just a Grunfeld move. And the reason why I call it that is because I've seen in Peter Svidler's Grunfeld course, this is how Peter Svidler recommended you play. My camera over there. So, recommended you play like this. And then after here, castles, there's like a rook e8. Yeah, and he just got a worse position here, especially after this e5 move. And I think it's somehow, right here, it's supposed to be like d5 now instead of bishop e2, but I don't remember the theory. There's so much theory in that. But as we keep going here, this ended up going bad for Kayden here. Somehow getting a piece back. Wait a second. All hope is not lost, he says. All hope is not lost. As far as I remember, I have seen the immediate d5, but not correct, Stephen Willie, exactly. I've seen the immediate d5. I've never seen c6 d5, and this is probably why. This probably makes sense why we didn't see c6 d5. But even with the immediate d5, I don't remember all the theory. I still don't remember theory. If Kayden draws this game, this would be the biggest comeback we've ever seen. He was down a whole rook. The reason why I'm saying draw now is because I don't feel that bad anymore. I mean, Black's also up a pawn now. Brings the bishop back, got the two bishops. Wait, what? Well, he can't get here, though. He can't get here. He's trying. He's trying here. He is trying. Not up a pawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4 pawns. Oh, okay. Is an exchange down? Yeah, he's down, definitely down an exchange. He was down a rook before. But I do see an extra pawn. 40 seconds. I think he can hold, believe it or not. This pawn is weak. Pawns on the same side here, especially this one, not being a passer. It's possible he could take, but king f7 is a little bit annoying. Rook h6 and bishop f8 could be something. Yeah, there's rook h8 there, though. Kind of holding. And takes and takes. He didn't go for it. He's going g3 instead. a5. Doesn't reach for the pawn. They are actually in the same amount of time where it goes to under a minute here, but having the problem of no increment. Bishop goes back to e8. He's going to try to use the bishops. One gone, trade it off. 26 seconds to 35 seconds. This is a flag fest. Anything can happen. But Black is trying not to lose. Okay, that should do it. This extra white people here, as Hikaru calls it. That should do it, boys. That should do it. Bach with the dub. Benjamin Bach wins the first game. Kayden fought really hard there. He fought really hard, but unfortunately, he was not able to get the job done. It was a very difficult opening for him. First to 2.5 wins the match here. This is a second game. They will take probably a little break afterwards. Bring King b4. Yeah, GG almost held it. Yeah, he almost held. He almost held. So Lots of chess to be played still, though. Kayden with his trademark London. He likes to play a lot on it. He plays this line a lot, actually. He plays this line a lot. It's like a delayed JOBAVA in a way. I see he plays this a lot in Title Tuesday. People that be watching this stream. I'm like, oh yeah, he actually cracks people with this. I've seen this. I'm like, dang, this actually works. Like, this move order is not supposed to work. I forgot the engine did not like it, but he has some very good games in this in Title Tuesday. Bach, on the other hand, going with the Queen's Gambit Decline type setups, where it's been scoring very well for him. Bishop back to e6, nice solid center here. We do want to take on c5 at some point. Bishop e6 is nice, defending, takes, and now you have the open g file to play with. Knight to d6, though. We take, and maybe we just take the pawn. You don't have to, though. You could go queen a5 and maybe try to castle queenside and take it that way. Play c3. Dynamic, I should say, this game is, especially with the rook coming to g8. You still could castle queenside, which he goes for. Totally understand why. Castling queenside, rook g8 is definitely something. Bishop b5, rook g8 once again is a thing. Could be answered with g3. Bishop g4 could be annoying. Could be answered. h3. Bishop h5, g4. Rook g8 played though. g3 very likely to be a move. Very likely. Castling really runs into some problems. Castle, bishop h3, 91. Almost could sack. Almost. You need more pieces over on that side of the board. Looking to see if g3 works. He might even go rook g1, but g3, bishop g4, h3. Knight h4, defending this way, not dealing with the pin at all. Not messing around with that pin. I think g3 is forced because of castle, bishop h3, 91. There might be rook takes g2. Oh yeah, even rook takes g2, which is vicious. Rook g2, knight g2, rook g1, and yeah, that would be scary. I mean rook g8, something like that. Yeah. But he went knight h4. It's another way of doing it. Foxuba, what up, man? The format is it's actually first to 2.5. It's a 10-0. First to 2.5 wins the match here. We're actually giving out free bottles of the product here. Everybody can get you a free bottle. Your first bottle is free. What's up, Fox? Nice to see you. Here we go, guys. Use my link in chat. Get you a free bottle. Incredible game, though. I mean, rook g4 is... I like playing. I actually like playing this move. Usually in bullet games. I'm like, man, just put the rook here. Man, just do it. Hit the knight, and then after g3, d4. Like, literally opening up the game. Just playing aggressively. That's all I do. Just play hyper-aggressive chess. Rook g4, g3, d4. Just trying to open a game up. Queen c5 is my next intention move after that. Rook g4, g3. There. He plays d4 immediately, though. Totally understand. I do want to go queen c5, hit the bishop. Takes the queen, right? Oh, wait a second. There is some tricks, huh? There is some tricks. Maybe I go king b8, though. Takes king b8. Dynamic game. Very dynamic game. King's in the center here. That's problematic for Kayden. And casting, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't seem good right now. And the reason why I say that is because Kayden's rooks are disconnected. Bach's are not. His king is castled. His is not. There's a break in the center already. Taking makes a lot of sense here. But the king will be safe on b8. Gotta take for sure on d4. Yeah, it feels like you should take on d4. If not, where would you go? Maybe queen d2? Yeah, but this is going to make this very isolated. At the very least. Maybe okay. He may be okay with queen d2 or something like this. I don't know. That's a scary move. Taking on d4 seems just better. And then king b8. Rook c1 anyway. He went queen f3. So he's not worried about the pawn. Same with queen d2. Like, it's not that bad, I guess. Now, after queen takes f3, if that happens, it will be gf3. Right? It makes more sense, I guess, to take with the g-pawn. It's a double pawn, though. Maybe he's just saying knight takes. But then takes. Yeah, it captures, right? So, if queen takes f3, then probably gf. Just damage the structure. And then take this way. Oh, there's rook c1. Yeah, I don't have to take back. Nice in between move. Clever. Clever. Queen a4 maybe. Possible. Queen a4 maybe. Black might be okay castling. Bishop d5 is ran in is paired with e4. Bishop g4 though, which is annoying. Queen g3, bishop e2. So you have to go queen e4 there. Awkward, I should say. Awkward for Bach. I mean for Troff. Getting Troff Kayden. Bach takes on f3. Takes, and then rook c1 I saw here was probably the best way of doing it, right? Oh wait, this is hanging. That's annoying. He's gonna take that. Yeah, he's gonna take that. For some reason I was banking on this, which is an easy move, but yeah, I mean it's a pawn. A pawn is a pawn, right? Takes with check, king b8, rook a3, like you just, you know, that pawn's defended on a7. Quite annoying, I should say. But damage structure. Same amount of pawns. You can't be really mad. Problem for white is the knight on the rim. Knight on the rim is dim, as they say. Or Graham, I mean, this knight is absolutely atrocious here. You can't move it. And f4 really messes up a lot. I mean, you can get the knight back in this way. He went for it, though. He said, you know what, I'll do it just to activate the rook. Because this is hanging. But maybe he'll go rook takes and then move the knight to f5. And try to play active. Playing active also means I need to activate this rook. Easier said than done. King b8 is fairly easy here. I thought the same, you know, or even take first and then king b8. But you know what, king b8, I think maybe a little bit better. I didn't like bishop a2. I see rook here. No, you can't play there because pawn takes. So, yeah, I could just take the pawn. He actually goes for rook d3. He wants more of an in-game type of variation, I assume, after takes. This way you could still take, but now there's rook a1. If rook takes, then okay, you trade everything out. Bishop takes on a2 there. Rook d3 is a move I wasn't considering, though. Let's see what happens. A2 pawn is always loose. Is definitely always a loose pawn here. Problem is you have to take it at the right moment because of this being loose too as well. So with this pawn here, I think it's really doable to take it now. Taking it now allows rook a rook a1. It could be annoying. Could try to double up. White might be okay castling. So he goes king d7. Maybe going this route. Maybe going this route. Yeah, you can take. Yeah, you can take the pawn. Rook a1. King b8 after rook takes a7. Bishop back. Rook takes king b8. Rook a3. It's playable. Very, very playable. This is the route I thought. Like, just take the pawn and grab it. You do have a pass for two as well. But I think Bach is like no rush. You know, right? You can take. You can also take this one too. Put the rook here. c4. Rook c8. King e2. Rook here. Rook there. I'm getting something. Getting something. I'm getting something. There's rook c8. There's king e2. You know what? You actually get a tempo, but he still can't save both pawns. There it is. Yeah, you get the tempo with rook check. King e7. Maybe king e8, because knight f5 is with the tempo. I mean, king e7 should be okay. Like, he might go king e8, try to be more precise about it, but king e7 is fine. Too slow, and the knight is just hopeless. Yeah, the knight is really bad over here, guys. The knight on the rim is dim, grim, all the words in between. And here we go. Everything played out, as we just talked about here and analyzed. Rook takes c4. Seems like a likely move. You'll be able to take this one with check and this one to follow. So we know he's not going to take. He's probably going to play rook, I don't know, double the rooks, or rook to b1. And then that could be answered with a simple b6. This rook, actually, sorry, wait a second. Rook takes c4. This knight is hanging. The knight's so bad. But what he will do is actually knight f5 check. So let's do this. Rook takes c4, knight f5. That's probably why king e8 might have been a little bit more precise. A little bit more precise. Because if I do it now with the king on e8, there's no knight f5 in between move. So as I was saying here, king with his check move, I knew that this is something he wants at some point. So I was just being prophylactic. King e7, now you can't take the pawn right now. With the rook at least. You can take it with the bishop. And I guess go back. But you gotta do a lot of bishop moves. He goes f5. Idea, king f6. King f6. And then look at the king doing it by himself, you know, like, right? It's like, oh, they can't do it, I'm gonna do it myself. What a king. If you can't get something done, you gotta do it yourself, guys. You gotta do it yourself. King f6, king g5. Possible. Possible. Definitely king f6. King f6 which defends. There's also this b5 move. I just kind of saw that. Kayden in the think tank, thinking about what to do about this one. c4, a little bit loose. Rook takes is still not the move you want to play because knight takes f5. So he's considering, you know, obviously king f6 first for Bach. Then trying to see what to do with this pawn here. White seems a little tied down. Tied to this pawn, tied to that pawn. e4 on the board. Do we take? He does. And now rook f5? No, same thing. Rook c4, knight f5. Like, this is such... Well, I guess, wait, no. I could go king f6 now. So I think this is probably the time. Rook takes c4, knight f5. I got somewhere to go with the king. And there it is. There it is. Yeah, this is a disaster now, I think. And the reason why is there's a lot of stuff hanging right now. There's just stuff hanging right now. I mean, even at bishop f5, like, this is really rough now. It doesn't seem like it's that bad. But now you have to find a move for white. Because e4 is hanging. If you take the rook, then I take back with the bishop, which is check. The rook takes. He might try it. He might try this route. Kayden might try rook takes. Because this is almost mate. This is like almost mate. The king has g5, so what you could hope for here. Hope chess is hard to play. King, you know, I don't know, e1. Rook takes a2. Or you don't even have time to try to set it up. h4 and rook d6 mate. Because you would have to go rook d6 because you're not trying to trade rooks yet. You know, I'm down some material a little bit. So king g5, h4, king f4. I'm hitting e4 now. Yeah, not enough. Not enough if I'm Kayden here. Not enough. Rook c4 is a really strong move. Because if you move this rook, yeah, rook takes e4. You have to move the knight back to e3 to not lose the knight on f5. Ataku, what's going on, man? Yeah, we got Kayden. No doses, dose. Hello. We got Kayden and Benjamin Bach. It's a 4-game match, first to 2.5 wins. This is the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Guys, we are in the semi-finals. And later on tonight, guess what? At 9:30 Eastern Time, p.m., we have another match. Alice Lee versus Grandmaster Linderman. By the way, this is all happening. It's on the board. Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship, as this one is closing out. We're getting closer to, looks like Bach is likely to win, but there's still some chess left. Go and get your free bottle as you can. If you're in the U.S., we're shipping the U.S. only right now. Bottles still going out for absolutely free. Nice tablets. I got a whole bunch of bottles at the house. Love them. Take them twice a day. And here you go. Get your free bottle. First one free. Mentalathlete.gg/GM Canty. Go in there. Get a free bottle, guys. That's a good move. Rook to d7. Which is hitting this pawn. Obviously, rook check was a nice move. Okay, king d1. Take here. Maybe b5. But b5 he takes. We take this one then. There we go. And then rook. Oh, that doesn't work either. Whoa. Be careful. Bishop a6 maybe. Bishop a6. Just tuned in. A bottle of what? Tunda Mike. What's going on, man? Works for, actually, it's a bottle of Mental Athlete. A sponsor. Or a partner. Kind of both. Right here. Absolutely. Ingredients in it are incredible. You can read it on the site. You got L-theanine, Sage Extra, Cognizant, chewable, yes. Chewable tablet. It's lemon flavored. And you get a free bottle from the house. Free bottle. Check it out, Tunda Mike. Chewable tablet, and it works for the mental part, mental health, and your brain. There it is. Wow, Bach 2-0. They're gonna take a short break. All right, guys, short break definitely, and then you can finish the match. Yeah. So,
quick question, James. Okay. Is it 4 games or
4-game match?
4 games. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Let me make sure it is 4 games, right? I'm pretty sure it's 4 games. If we didn't add anything. I don't know. Usually, sometimes it like switches. Match format. Yeah, only the finals. Only the final. It's 3.5. Finals, yeah, only the final. Last one. Let me just make sure though. Keep reading. Correct. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking our little sheet. All right, cool. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. Did you make the U.S. Open? Just curious. I couldn't make it. I did not, Tunda Mike, but especially because it's in Michigan, I got to make it out like ahead of time. So I would love to get out there, dude, for sure for that one. When is it? When's the next one? Tell them the next class worth 3 points, Glasgow. They know that's not a thing. They won't freak out because they know that's not true. You're like, what? Huh? It was in Wisconsin, Plaster. Like, oh, yeah, no. Yeah, next time they have it in Michigan, I got to come out to that one. What happens if Kayden wins the last 2 ones and tied? Do they draw? Yeah, like yesterday, we had our first Armageddon. We had our first Armageddon, and they would go into Armageddon, where Eric Liu ended up winning in Armageddon with the black pieces. I forgot, did he draw? Yeah, he found a way to make a draw. Locked up the entire game and then draw by repetition, and he was able to win. Because he bid 659 yesterday. So out of, it's a 10-minute game. He bid 659. He won the bid. They got very even on time. And it was and then Black ended up drawing. Did you watch? Didn't get moked. I need to go watch the games. I was not familiar. I saw the score at some point, and it was like people were saying like he was just crushing. I'm like, dang. So I need to go back and see the games. I'm always a fan of watching the games. So I need to go see what openings was played with white and black. What did I mean? You can tell me too, guys, if you've seen what was Hans playing and winning with, because I need to go check that myself. I actually was just busy all day. So I'll be watching, that later. Probably an intermission before tonight's match at 9:30 Eastern. I'll go check those out. Room rates reasonable. Madison, Wisconsin, half the price of California, which is ridiculous for what you get. Worse. Worse than the holiday. I can understand now. Maybe New York might be even worse, even more worse, worser. Like what? That don't even make sense. That's not even a word exactly. That's how bad it is. So, yeah, California though, I can definitely understand. Okay, so now we back into the Benoni. She takes. Whoa. Until Kayden was not ready for that move. He was like, what? He was looking forward to like D5 and everything else, so he could play B5 and play very nice and creative and just some good chess and some fun chess. But D takes C5. He was like, wait, what? I'm not expecting this. Queen A5 check, though, very likely. Kayden, by the way, is in a must-win situation. Kayden has to win here to keep his hopes alive to have a match steal. Queen A4. Bach loves these type of positions. Knight of 3, castles. Catalan type of pressure. Queen defends, though. Bishop E3, bringing the rooks to the center of the board like D1 and C1 is possible, too. Afterwards. Okay, so that should be, I'm just checking something. Okay. All right, boys and girls. Should be good. I had to check some stuff. All right, let's get back to it. Hey, what's going on, Louisa? What's up, girl? How are you? Got the wife in chat. Hello, what's going on? GMEAJH. Hello. So, Last few moves though. Kayden again is in a must-win situation. After bishop g2, queen takes c5, queen a4 defends the pawn. Knight g4 hitting f2, queen takes f2. Obviously is going to be devastating. So knight h3 defends that. Nice defensive move. The reason why he chose the knight here, I think, is to keep the bishop open, because e3 is definitely an easy move to play, but the bishop is an ugly piece. So he goes knight h3 to do it this way instead. Now after castles, he gets castles. The knight is kind of offsides for a little bit, and this knight is annoying. So you can't really kick it. So you might have to see a way to develop this way, or redevelop, or something like that. So, you know, okay, knight g5, knight e4, something like that. h3 could be kicking the knight as well. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. In the meantime, guys, be aware. It is very important to understand. This could be the last game. We have another match too as well, guys. We do have another match tonight, 9:30 Eastern Time. It'll be Alice Lee versus Alexander Linderman. But Kayden is going to try to stop that before it happens. Kayden is going to try to stop that. He's going to try to stop this match from ending right now by winning a game. That's all he needs. All the matches will be great, be interesting. Knight d3. Okay, well, h3 also is coming. Oh, now we can tell bishop e3 is going to be a really annoying move. Queen a5. He could just take, so he is hitting this. Okay, so let's deal with that. We understand. Bishop e3, queen takes. b3. Ugh, that's an ugly move. That's an ugly move. So nice move from Kayden here. Knight e5. Attacking the pawn, making him think about what does he want to do next. Maybe he'll go bishop d5. That's a weird move. Idea is it being kicked. You go bishop e3 with the in-between move first. He goes for it though. He does go for the b3 move. Knight takes c4. What does he have in mind? Maybe knight e4? That does give up this though. This is a very strong diagonal. He knows Bach is not a slouch. Why is he giving me this, says Kayden. Kayden's like, why is he giving me? You always want to ask, why is he giving me this whole thing like this? He goes for it. He says, why are you giving me this? I got to take it. What do I have to lose? Takes, takes. Bishop takes. Rook b1. So the idea here maybe is just a pawn sacrifice or a blunder. But I think it may be just a pawn sacrifice because I'm sure Bach saw that. I think it was more of a pawn sacrifice for rapid development. As we see, Black is yet to complete development. White still needs to develop this bishop to connect the rooks to complete development. But you can see an easy move, bishop a3, bishop e3. Kayden's like, we can trade. I'm up a pawn here. We can trade. I'll take that all day. Probably going to be a decline of a trade. Trade declined. Queen c2 or b3. Queen c2 actually sets up a sneaky threat of rook b5. Sneaky threat. Hits the queen and attacking the bishop still. Bishop probably just going to go back to the house, though. And Black's just up a pawn. If there's any situation where he should win, in a must-win situation, this could be Kayden's game. Yes, it's a pawn, but it's probably the best position he's had since the match has started. Box thinking, he says, I'll take a trade. And he's going to, you know, hey, he's like, you know what, I got enough material. Not material, but just maybe the Catalan type pressure. And he's like, it's hard to lose it. I mean, okay. Kind of have a point. In a way, it's just a pawn. It is a pawn. But you can do a lot with a pawn here. You can do a lot with a pawn. And that is what Kayden is going to try to do. Bishop d8 is a strange move. Idea here, though, I do want to play b6 at some point. I want to develop, because, like, I can't get this to move yet without this falling. And b6 is really weird for my bishop. It's also weird for this, like the same thing that just happened to Bach on the other hand. So kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Do you think they should chess box after this? Yeah, I think that's what our Armageddon is. In fact, Armageddon now is chess boxing. So if you do draw, you know, if it's 2-2, then you chess box. 100%. 100%. Bare knuckle chess boxing. That one, I mean, that's diabolical. Rook b5 is a kind of a trick move. You know, you want knight takes e7, try to deflect, but it's not necessary. Box says I got two bishops. I got everything pointing on this side of the board. Good luck with developing your pieces, or developing your queen side, says Bach, without me getting my pawn back. Kayden, on the other hand, is trying to do just that. Figure out how do I develop my queen side without giving that pawn back. Rook b8. He says, found it. Rook b8. Idea, b6. So now there's like nothing else on the diagonal. And I can follow up with a b6, bishop b7. He plays c5, very aggressive move, trying to break down this pawn structure here, make it a weak pawn, a target for later. So if I am down a pawn, it doesn't really feel like it, because my pieces are quite active. As you can see, this being a target for later. So if captures, well, bishop takes c5, which hits this. Maybe you'll see rook e8 there. Kayden. Doing well on time, I think. Not bad on time at all. Guys, it's no increment, so be very, very careful. Gotta be very careful. Also, guys, be aware, this is the semifinals. This is the semifinals. This is tough as black. It is. It is. It's difficult because White's gonna have a lot of. This is like Catalan type of play. It's one of the hardest openings to play from both sides, because White, you know, even though down a pawn, it doesn't feel like it, right? Like, does it feel like White's actually down a pawn? Unless you count the pawns, it really doesn't feel like they're down a pawn at all. And that's usually Catalan type of play, because you just got pressure via activity of the pieces. The pieces are just super active all the time. You got all this activity, and, like, you know, the bishops aim this way, all the pieces developed, rooks are connected, you know. Even though, yeah, okay, White's down a pawn, but it doesn't feel that way. So c5 was really strong. Made Kayden think, use his time a little bit, and he comes up with rook to d8, which I do like. It gets his pieces sort of active as well. Now only trying to figure out what to do with this bishop. Queenside pieces are kind of frozen now. It's insane. Kind of. It's not really that bad. There was some stuff even in the play like knight f6 check, doubling these pawns. And then, wait, is that still here? It actually is, in fact. Right now, he can play knight f6 check. And then bishop takes c6. With the idea of literally all I wanted to do was double these pawns, to make these pawns a little bit worse. Like, that's actually an idea, you know. Knight f6, pawn takes, bishop takes. The idea here is obviously using the b file. But now these pawns are doubled. Maybe I back this bishop up. He takes d6. And if pawn takes, yeah, that would be bad. So he took with the rook. Bishop f4 is e5. But now this is defended. Bishop c5. Rook e6, knight f4. Yikes, that might be a draw, actually. Which that's all he would need. Rook d7. Really don't want to play rook d7. I don't see a kill shot, though. Bishop takes e7 is a cool move. The idea here was it was knight takes and then knight check, then takes, then rook takes b7. But I think after bishop c5, rook d7, bishop takes e7, there's rook takes d5, which is the cleaner way of doing it. Then bishop takes, then knight takes. Yeah, okay, bishop f4 maybe. But again, this is what Kayden wants. He's looking for, I got the pawn, I got some active pieces, I don't want to give this back, I don't want to give this up, I don't want to draw. Rook fc1. Let's see any tricks, any ideas. Yeah, just kind of lining everything up, he says. I'm just lining stuff up, waiting for my chance. He's just looking for his chance, that's it. He's just looking for his chance. Semifinals. Whoever wins this, guys, goes to the finals. Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Check the bracket real quick. Show you guys where we are and what's going down. Boom. Here it is. This is the bracket. Here we go in the bracket. Right. You see we had the round of 16. And then we had the quarters. And then we had the semis, which is our now. And then the final. So whoever wins this goes to the final. And then whoever wins the other semifinal match, which is tonight, will go to a final. Really strong stuff. Guys, you made it this far. Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Who won the rounds? Well, there's a lot. I mean, we'll kind of walk you through. These guys are still playing, so we'll briefly walk through it. This was the first matchup here. Bach versus Hoffman. Bach made it through. And then the other one, Linderman, Lucius Melillo. Then we had Eric Liu, William Grafe. And then we had James Sherlock, Li Fong, Hua, Jesse Cry, Curran, Nasta there. Alice Lee, Michael Rode, Kayden Troff. Cool, Kayden won that one. Dalton Perrine, Naranyan. And then I don't have highlights, or I don't have the matchup cards for the rest of the players for the other matches, unfortunately. And I don't remember them off the hit. Man. Yeah, Jesse played. It was great. But we made it this far now. We are now into the semifinals. And of course, earlier, or actually somewhere later in the tournament, they start giving out these for free. Now, they're not giving out a lot for free. So, guys, you have a limited time to go get your bottle for absolutely free. All of the players got product for free, even the jackets too. So it's very lit. So you'll get you your free bottle right now, as they're still giving out for free. You got to be in the U.S. If you have a U.S. address, then that's where you'll get it from. What just happened here? What is going on? What is that? What the heck just happened? He played rook takes c6, bishop check, rook takes. Wow, that was incredible. Bach with the tactics there. That was crazy. That was crazy. Check says ball looks sketchy. What's in them? I highly recommend that you go check the science here. Just click the page. Of course, looks can be deceiving, right? But you know, the science says otherwise. Especially with sage extra, L-theanine, which is an amino acid, and then you have cognizant. Yeah, exactly. You just click the URL, right? It's on the mic. Click the science page. Read away. G5 check, King G7. I think. Oh, wait. This is a time scramble. This is a time scramble. You can probably just take and just draw is what he's looking for. Wow. Yeah, and then there's no way. In a must-win situation, this is going to be a draw. But, of course, Kayden is going to play. I'll play his a4 to not blunder anything crazy. And you just shuffle your king back and forth. Yeah. And there it is. And there it is. And a draw and a game match. Bach makes it to the finals. Good GG's. GG's, guys. GG's. Yes, you guys can talk chess and you can leave when you like. Congratulations, Bach.
And you can team.
Yeah, my openings in the first two games were garbage. That's so bad.
Yeah, and you just play your normal stuff, so I had a quick look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking like I know some of this is BS, but like it's 10-0, maybe it'll be okay. But no, in the first game like I just forgot the line. Like I was thinking about going D5, but I thought like maybe you prepared for that, so I wanted to go for this E5 stuff and like immediately forgot it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, in the end, I think after C6, you're just down a pawn for basically nothing. And then especially after,
Yeah, like I have to play D5 right away.
right, yeah. And
Yeah,
then, yeah, and then Black definitely has compensation.
yeah. Yeah, that was just bad. But yeah, unfortunately, like by the time I feel like I actually got my mind going in this third game, it's like it's already over.
Yeah,
Mm,
that can happen.
yeah.
Yeah, third game was pretty interesting. Um,
Yeah, so how much of this did you know and like how much of this was just like because you played very quickly in the opening, so
yeah, it's the knight g4, knight h3 is still theory, and you can take an h3 for example on c3 for example. That's pretty interesting.
yeah.
But yeah, of course, it's you kind of have to know what you're doing. Um, I'm checking the game. Yeah, I was thinking about bishop d2 to just defend everything. I should have done that because I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't too happy with what I got in the game. Because you're just up a pawn and I have to prove it somehow, which wasn't easy at all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then okay, the end game should be winning, but it's not that easy. And it's like, whatever, I'll just take the draw.
Yeah, no, I'm like okay. I mean I know like I should take on D5, but knowing the match situation, I thought like I'd play a little bit, but at some
Right.
point I'm like, I'm not gonna win this. I'm gonna lose this if I don't just try and trade. So
Right. Yeah, and you can be pretty fast, so that's why I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just take the draw.
yeah, I was hoping for that flag.
Right.
Yeah, I was happy I like somewhat got like an interesting position out of the first one somehow.
Mm.
Um, did you miss in that first game? Did you miss Bishop D7?
Oh yeah, Miss Bishop D7. Yeah, yeah, no, you actually kind of came back. Yeah, no, I was not too happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, you played well. Maybe I should have played different openings or mixed it up a little bit more, but
You'll
what
come back
credit where
stronger.
credit's
It's
due.
okay.
One day, one day.
Yeah.
All played.
Mm. Yep. All right. Well, thanks for the games.
Yeah, thank you. And Canty, thanks as always.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yep. Thanks,
problem,
Canty, for
boys.
commentating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All good, boys. Good job. Bach, you in the final. And Kayden Troff, thanks for making it as far as always, dude. Thanks for playing.
Of course.
Oh, Canty, is the other finalist already known?
No, it's actually Alice versus Linderman at 9:30 tonight.
Oh, okay. And then is the final tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the final maybe tomorrow will confirm. And that one is first to 3.5.
Oh, so that's best of six.
Right.
Oh no no. So 'cause they haven't done the other semifinal, right? So it'll
Yeah.
be it'll be Lenderman and Alice Lee is still quarterfinal.
Correct. Wait, is that quarterfinal? I thought that was a semi for some reason.
Alec,
Holy
like
shit.
Yeah,
Slenderman still has to play the quarterfinal.
That's crazy. I thought that seemed like it's such a heavy weight. I was like, I just automatically thought it was a semifinal match.
yeah,
But maybe.
yeah. It was
Wow.
no,
That's a
because
good one.
I've been waiting to watch that match. I think the Lenderman
It's
Alice Lee
just
match
they're heavy
will
hitters.
be
So I was
awesome.
like,
So
oh yeah, this should be a sim. I thought I'm just automatically semi there. So
yeah,
there's
no,
actually
don't
two more
forget Eric
matches.
Liu. Eric
Yeah,
Liu is
Eric, you're right. Eric Liu, correct. So he's
yeah,
awaiting someone, I think, or something like that. So yeah, Eric Liu just did a quarter. Yeah, so we actually have a quarterfinal match here, guys. Chat. Quarterfinal. Man, that's a nice quarterfinal match. With
Yep.
them.
Oh wait, so they still have to play in the quarters and then a
Right.
semifinal match after that?
Exactly.
Okay, well, Big Bach will be waiting in the final.
Bach will be waiting in the final.
good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Kayden. Appreciate it.
You gotta do us proud. You know this side of the
Yeah,
semifinal. You gotta.
yeah,
If you don't, I'm gonna cry. So
yeah. No, I'll do my best. Yeah.
all right,
Perfect. All right, boys. Catch you later. We got the quarterfinal
sounds
match
good.
tonight at 9:30.
All right, I'll definitely tune in.
See ya.
All right, see you.
All right, guys. So yeah, correction. We actually do have an Eric Liu as well. It just seems like Alice Lee and Linderman is a semifinal match, but in fact, actually, we have to wait. So we'll see. It's Eric Liu, and we have Eric Liu played yesterday in the quarters. So we have a quarter today with Linderman and Alice Lee, and whoever wins that goes to a semi with Eric Liu. And then who wins that faces Bach. So yes, actually 2 more days. Match today, match tomorrow, final on Tuesday, on a Wednesday. Whew, a lot of chess, guys. Love it. Love it. Love to see it. Love to be a part of it. And love to be here with you guys. As usual, guys, Bach makes it through to the final. We still have a quarter and a semi, and then a final, right? Which will be on Wednesday, our last day together with the Mental Athlete Rapid Chess Championship. Guys, it's been a pleasure. And of course, make sure you guys are getting your product, because I don't know. They keep telling me that they're gonna pull the plug on the free bottles at some point, guys. At some point. So I want you guys to get your free bottle there. Obviously read the science on it, because it's all natural stuff. It's like a super brain pill. Like it's a tablet. That is what it is. So it's amazing. I actually use it twice a day. Sorry, that's spelled wrong. Where the sage extra, the L-theanine, those are probably my favorite mixes together, and the cognizant that I just learned about, which is amazing. Get your free bottle, especially if you're in the U.S. You can use mentalathlete.gg/GMCanty. Click the link in chat. Get your free bottle. We'll be back talking about it again. We're going to bring Caleb on later on, too. Caleb, who actually went from 2,060 FIDE to 2,230 using the product, guys. Believe it or not. That's insane. He's going to talk a little bit about his story in 2 months, actually, using the Mental Athlete product. So, guys, take a look at that. We'll be back at 9:30 Eastern Time, really around like 9-ish, something like that. 9-ish Eastern Time. We'll be back on streaming again for another match. So check that out. Make sure you guys are here. Hit the follow button if you're new. Follow my socials too as well. What's up, Johnny? Thanks for the follow. Thank you, young sir. I appreciate the stream. No problem. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the stream, guys. You guys make the stream. So I'll see you guys later tonight. Get some grub. Do what you got to do. Take a quick break. We'll be back later.